All right, guys, today we are going to talk about water intake. Now, for those of you who are really trying to increase your water intake, this is a great way to do it. I often hear people talk about how they think, well, water is just so plain and I get tired of it, and maybe they just love soda because of the flavor or juice or what have you. And those are fine unless you're trying to really cut back and up your water intake. I personally hardly ever drink soda. And this is one of the things that helped me to kick the soda. Because, you know, I drink water all the time. I drink plenty of water. But sometimes you just want a little something extra, a little something with a little bit more flavor. And so this is what I do. Now, I got this very cool container at the dollar store. And it's just a plastic container. Cost me $1. And it has the measurements on the side in ounces. And as you may or may not know, one of the goals, especially if you're trying to lose weight or just be really healthy and flesh out your insides, is to drink half your weight in water in ounces. So for example, if a person weighed 100 pounds, their goal should be to drink at least 50 ounces in water a day. So what I did was I marked on here, but you can't see it, it's totally faded, I can barely read it, but it says 65 ounces. Which is really easy for me to drink. You can see it's just not that much, and I actually drink more than that on most days. So this is what I do. It's very simple. I use citrus. I use lemon and limes. You also can use oranges or grapefruits, whatever you really like, or plain just plain lemon. It kind of comes out like an agua fresca. And I just use a little bit of stevia, which is, you know, the kind I use is the Truvia. It's not going to taste like lemonade. It's not sweet or tart like that. It just gives it enough flavor to be very, very yummy. Now, I've already washed my lemon and limes, and you might ask, well, why are you going to wash them? Because you're using the inside. And the answer is because I'm actually going to put them in the water, so it is going to be floating in the water. And the other reason is, even if I wasn't going to, when my knife cuts through them, anything that's on the outside of the peel is going to then be exposed to what's inside, to the inside part of the fruit. And I don't want that, because you could spread all kinds of stuff. So let me chop these up, and then we will show you how to make your delicious lemon and lime water. All right, so here you can see I have cut up my lemon and lime into wedges. Over here I have just the little ends, little pieces you don't want, and then just wedges. You don't have to cut up them in a certain way. Sometimes I cut them up in like circles or rings or what have you, and it kind of just depends on what I'm feeling like. All right, totally off the topic. Look how cool this knife is. I got this at Home Goods, and I don't know if you can tell, that is a very sharp knife. I picked it up actually thinking that it was one of those, you know, those pastry cutter things or something like that, because I was looking for one, and it does come with a cover for this part, so I couldn't see the blade. But when I picked it up and read the package, I saw that it was a knife, and it's just as sharp as any kind of other knife that I have. But I love it because you cut like this, and so you have more control than a regular knife. And it was like $5 or $6. So anyway, it was a great find, so I just thought I'd throw that in there. All right, so all I'm going to do is add the juice and the actual whole fruit to my water. Now in my water, this is about 65 ounces, a little bit more. 65 would be down here, so it's a little bit more. That's approximately 4 regular water bottles, and you can use whatever water's good, out of the tap, from the bottle, what have you. I love my Brita pitcher because I can use regular tap water and then get it filtered, and I don't have to waste, you know, the bottled water that I have. So all I'm going to do is take a fruit, I'm going to squeeze it in here, get all that yumminess, and then drop it. Another one, squeeze it, and drop it, and on and on and on. I know you're enjoying watching me squeeze fruit. That's pretty interesting. And you can put as much, man, these limes are hard to squeeze. You can put as much fruit, or as little fruit as you want. Oops, I got to put those in there. And the other thing is, in a day, I will drink all this, okay? But really the fruit is good for at least 2 to 3 days. So once you have your fruit cut, you can just refill it with the water and put it back in the fridge. Okay, so I have all my lemons and limes in there. Now I'm going to take some stevia and pour that in there. As much as you want. Make it as sweet as you want or not sweet. Depending on what, how many lemons I have in there is how much I put. And then I just put my lid on it. And shake it, shake it, shake it until it is all mixed and yummy. And it's so good. It's so refreshing, and it just gives me just enough flavor for when I need something that's other than plain water. So anyway, try it out. Try different fruits. Comment below. Let me know if you've tried this recipe or if you've tried other fruits. That would be really great. Let me know what sounds good, what kind of combinations you're using out there. As always, think pink health. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.